Hello, mi family. Una cabo. Hello, mi family. Una cabo. Welcome to Sherix television. Of course, this now we first broadcast since we decided for come back on air and begin for broadcast again. Of course, if this now your first time for let you see with the broadcast, one for take opportunity of this moment now for officially welcome you to Sherix television. Of course, now the place this Usai would bring you live news from Sierra Leone, news, information, education, and entertainment from Sierra Leone with the brand live to you on this station. Of course, we also get radio station when our Sherix web radio or to the run simultaneously. And at the place this way, you know, say would always bring you a latest information from Sierra Leone. If you're not in a Sierra Leone, whosoever you there around the world. So we're glad for do this. Now a very big opportunity for let we continue for do something like this. So me fun with them today. We get for talk about few things because. Some things that they will get for talk about where now things that would have happened this week na Sierra Leone. Of course, now they will get for they do every week. So we want for me you continue for sit tight as we continue for bring the programs into now. Of course, now my name Ibrahim Sharif and I'm get for host the show for today. So once more, welcome to Sherix Television.
The APC. Then your central office where they build Namakeni. Where are the biggest infrastructure, most important infrastructure? They're not done and trade now, they don't go. They're not going to do now. Then they're not to white elephant to get red for now. Wait, 6 months in day. Now 10 years the constitution allow for many government days. Then if 1 year they make a 11, they not still finish their own hall within the build. The place within the build. They're not good for themselves. They're not good for this country. If you get for choose between that kind of government and this government, and you choose that government, then you na munku.
If you feel saying at the social media, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party. If you feel saying as Sonko, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party. It not go right. It not go right. You know, I can tell people and say, why una they do these things here? Una they holla, una they do this. Una they prolong mistake. I really want to go. But when somebody go grab you and that, he say, no, if I go. And that person, in whole self, you know, get vote today. I mean, what's in this thing?
APC from 1961 who will get independence in Sierra Leone until 2017 or let us say 2018 when I then get for handover officially. APC as a political party don't rule Sierra Leone for 34 years.
Yes, me family, of course, one for say plenty thank you for where you day which we now. So of course, Sherix Television, they come to you live from Houston, Texas, in the United States of America. Of course, as you always know, this is not the place whose side will bring you latest information from Sierra Leone and other African countries. So this today, our first day. It's a very historic day. So remember this day because later in the future, it will come for one of the quizzes we will give prizes for. The day we will start for broadcast on Sherix Television again on YouTube. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, plenty of things that they will go for talk about this very week. Of course, things that will happen at Sierra Leone, we'll get to talk about them exclusively. And one of them is going to be that the First Lady of Sierra Leone, Mrs. Fatima Maada Bio, officially opened the local content here in Freetown. Now, local content, now the kind of things the way that they make in Sierra Leone. All right, things that whether they make in Sierra Leone, they get this local content agency where now one with brother and I they lead them when football double, and so we don't work diligently in the background. So he has been able to actually bring Sierra Leoneans together where they produce local content for made and showcase which they produce, and so the First Lady been there for opening. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let us see what happen with that very occasion. We'll say the First Lady been there in Freetown. All right, stick around.
We sit and listen to all the speakers, and then I understand the importance of local content. Before, when I become the First Lady of this country, I thought looking beautiful means you should wear the most expensive clothes. That is what my philosophy was as a First Lady. So for me, for day after day, I am a proud woman where they wash with black soap every day, because first in my culture, black soap na the best soap na the world. So na black soap I they wash with, and I'm happy. First, they say about me, in fact, it just they make my body they glow. And I want to say thank you to all these wonderful women and men here who have put everything together, who are here to showcase the good things they can give and they can produce for our nation. And I want to say thank you to Ladies Republic for this beautiful necklace that I promised I will wear till the end of this weekend, just to showcase it, to say I really didn't know that you are here, but now that I know, I will make time to see what you do, and I will make sure I'll be one of your customers and promote what you do and celebrate you. I want to say thank you for a job well done. And at this juncture, on behalf of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, my own dearest husband, your personal property, I want to declare this trade fair officially open. Thank you so very much.
Yes, so my family, I've been the First Lady that one day as if they try for, they try for open they try for open the local content fair in Freetown. That was the First Lady, of course, Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatima Maada Bio. In that one they will see where they try for do that announcement, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, next we want to talk about the fact that the president, His Excellency retired Brigadier General Julius Maada Bio, began for commission the Magbele Bridge. Of course, now the bridge this way, you go to McKinney, when I been one lane bridge. Now the bridge this way, where they link the road from Mashaka to McKinney. Now they link them up. You know, first way Motukade they go from the time when they built and during the colonial days, it don't pass 60 years, the bridge we don't even try for like collapse. So anytime when Motukade reach there, if one Motukade at the other end, the other one at this other end get for wait first, let them this one go through before inside the car because now be one lane. One lane. So the president we don't try for build this road here. You know, and so finally, through the help of our international partners, the European Union, finally the president began for able for go commission the road and Magbele Bridge, and so let us see what thing happen. All right, stick around.
Maada Bio,
talk and do, you not talk and do.
50 ioti,
Talk and do, you not talk and do.
Julde Jalo,
Talk and do, you not talk and do.
50 ioti.
Talk and do.
That one they are at the APC. Then your central office where they build, na Makeni. Where are the biggest infrastructure, most important infrastructure. They're not done and say now, they don't go. They're not going to do that. Then they're not to white elephant too because you get red panam. When you see person day, now 10 years the constitution allow for many government day. Then if 1 year they make a 11, they not still finish their own hall where then they build. The place where then they build. They're not good for themselves. They're not good for this country. If you get for choose between that kind of government and this government, and you choose that government day, then you na munku. Look what it don't happen. 66 years for what make this bridge. Pass what they can make and so again. From make where they make the airport, if you don't feel by them village airport, pass what they can make it again. For me, I don't need for commoner for make this bridge. Now that at the tell now. Now longer I begin serve. Now longer I be my first place for serve that this country. So I go say now put local. I actually begin the work. If I be so today now inside Poloko district.
50 ioti, for the free education.
All right, we form them not being the president, and His Excellency retired Brigadier General Julius Maada Bio, of course, on the commissioning of the road where the bridge, the Magbele Bridge, where they link Mashaka to McKinney. I mean, can you imagine the president really talk? It makes sense to me, you know, because we not say the seats of the APC as a political party in Northern Province, and the capital of Northern Province, na McKinney. And from Freetown to McKinney, now this road here, they lead into McKinney. And this bridge here, now the bridge way you get for cross before you go into McKinney. Now, His Excellency, the former president, Anes by Kroma, where he say every weekend, we're in a be president for 11 years, every weekend, where he get chance, they go McKinney. Every weekend, either if you're not in a country, if you not fly out of the country or not go inside, once it in the country, every weekend they go McKinney. And inside this bridge in Motuka they pass for go McKinney for 11 years. So this man is 60-year-old bridge. You say when a president 60-year-old bridge, this don't say they pass inside for go. You're not even afraid for your own life. Don't forget about the other people that your own life itself. Because the bridge don't become very shaky. But at the end of the day, they work inside that bridge, motorcar they pass inside it for 11 years, almost every weekend. They not get mind maker. So that's what the president was articulating on. And you see, the people that are not in province, we're not saying as alone we get this blind allegiance okay make to political parties. This political party now Northern province you come on. Na Limba the day before, na Timini the day before, so we get for support them. I think so we not get for think twice. Like the president and team will come out when I bounce these streets. But I don't go make una bring na Northern province. Because when you are president of a country, you're not president not only for Usa Ikomo, you're not president for all my like where announcing the road in Akenema and not even grieve for torture. For 11 years, they punished the people in Akenema. Where dry season come na dust with people that they inhale and they go inside their lungs. Anytime we want to pass, that dust will they grab, they go inside their lungs, and they give them sicknesses. Where in the season come, the whole city they poto. Now inside their pothole, then they the mosquito, then they go breed, when they grab it, they go bet the people then. The people that are sick. For 11 years, and as by Kroma, it punished the people of Kenema just because the people that they overwhelmingly vote for the SLPP. So it decides to punish them. So what if Julius Maada Bio decides to punish the people of Northern Province because they not be overwhelmingly vote for? That's going to make the country not to go before. And so when I don't see a 60-year-old bridge has been built. So one for say kudos to the SLPP government. One for say thanks to His Excellency the President for this bold move we take for make this bridge. I think everything where the president talking and makes sense. And I know say when unnecessary they come on McKinney now for Cafriton and inside that new bridge they pass. I wonder how it gonna feel inside in brain. How you gonna feel? You know? But this is your area, now you born, now you people that they vote for you not get mind make that bridge. Then somebody else don't come make it. Then you get for drive inside that bridge there. How you gonna feel? Hey, these people, man. So next, we get to talk about this woman we done at this video where they talk. Now me back. We get to talk about them, right? This woman also the former candidate, presidential candidate for a political party, be one for contest election at Sierra Leone for. I mean, contest election, it not be just win, but she was the first female presidential candidate with form your own political party and run for elections, right? In Sierra Leone in 2018, and Maada Bio they all be run. So this woman also na Fadima Claudius Cole, I think that's her name. So waiting in the talk about it talk about the fact say there is a policy of intimidation whether they felt at the mayor of Freetown. When you know, her worship, is that how they call it? Her lordship, Yvonne Akisoya. So this woman they talk say the man there inside SLPP they don't gang up on the Freetown mayor, and so enough fear. So then they put themselves together for FETA. So let me just listen to what they say. They will go analyze them properly. Okay, so stick around.
My name is Femi Claudius Cole. I am the leader and chairperson of the Unity Party and the chairperson of the Consortium of Progressive Political Parties. As a female politician, I feel that any situation where I see another woman is being almost victimized, I cannot in good conscience stay silent. I must act, whether we are from the same political party or not. And in the spirit of the consortium, I feel it is my duty, I feel it is an obligation for me to say something. And I speak on behalf of the treatment I see our mayor, Yvonne Akisoya, receiving and it's the treatment she has received, not just from Parliament, because I was in Parliament and I witnessed the way she was spoken to and the way she was addressed. Here we have a mayor that has really been a leader. She's been exemplary in her mission to transform Freetown. I think she has done extremely well, and I am shocked that we have, can I say, the government, whether the parliament, whether ACC, are not being supportive. Why can we not support someone that is doing very well in their institution? Instead, what we're seeing is almost an all-out attack, almost like a war, to bring the mayor down or to take the mayor out. And I'm doing this video because I think it is necessary for, as women, for our voices to be heard. And what is being, the way the mayor is being treated, I think is unfair. And I think in a spirit of women's empowerment, we have a government that talks a lot about empowering our women. We're having seminars, we're having workshops on encouraging women to enter into the political field. And now we see a woman that we can all be proud of, being victimized. And we look at why she's being victimized. Now, for those who do not fully grasp why some of us are so much up in arms about this, is because the mayor has been cornered into a position where she's damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't, and where she's being accused of starting a mayor's delivery unit without due process. Okay, if that's your argument, is it an argument that is strong enough for us to remove the mayor that was elected by a landslide majority? And even if we had a mayor that wasn't performing, you could have some justification. But when we look at what this mayor has accomplished, where she should be receiving a pat on the back, because as she transformed Freetown, she's not transforming Freetown for her. She's transforming Freetown for the country, because this is the gateway. This is where you enter Sierra Leone. This is where you make your first impression. And I think it is time for me to really appeal to the powers that be that enough is enough. I think this, to me, I seriously do call it a vendetta. It's almost as if that she had committed some personal injury to someone who is now determined to bring her down. You cannot force somebody to say she committed a crime if none was committed. The monies that were used for travel, for someone in the mayor's delivery unit who has delivered. And monies totaling over $4 million US have been brought into Freetown. And the trees she's planted, we can see it. And even in the president's speech, I see him mentioning, the planting of trees, where again the mayor should be given the accolade that she deserves. And was she to accept that, yes, I am guilty of what crime, then you make her ineligible to contest in the 2023 elections for her seat. And if you take her to court, we see what happens in our judiciary. Our judiciary is malfunctioning. We can all see it. And if she were to say, let me have my day in court, we then have, let us take as an example the Auditor General. The Auditor General was supposed to have a tribunal. It's almost, is it 4 months later? And we don't have an answer. Did she commit the crime for which she was suspended? So it's not a place I would advise anybody who is innocent to take their issue to. I think this is a case where a report can be, you did your audit, you did your assessment. Madam Mayor, the MDU was not, did not follow due process. Can you please rectify it? At this point, let us rectify it. But we have an MDU that is actually doing what it should. So do we dismantle it like the Minister of Local Government was saying? No. Sierra Leone needs all the development and all the progress that we can harness. So you do not beat good people down. You support good people, regardless of which political party they're coming from. But what we see now is almost bordering on the level of a victimization. And this is a government that prides itself on women's empowerment. This is a government that talks about the human rights abuses that they haven't committed. Well, that from where I'm sitting, from where I'm standing, that's not what I'm seeing. What I am seeing is a classic case of victimization, of trying to actually, and when other women who are interested to come into politics see this, how does this encourage you to take that bold step and say, I want to contest, I want to be in the political arena? This is sending the worst message to our girls. It is sending the wrong message to our citizens who cast their vote. I think everybody should do a rethink. I think the parliamentarians should do a rethink. I think the ACC commissioner should please do a rethink. Because whatever it is we do now, it's in posterity. It lives in the history books. And I think this will be a very sad page to be written in the history of Freetown and to be written in the history of Sierra Leone. I thank you for listening.
All right, me from them, I want to say plenty thank you to the consortium of political parties. Now then come up with that video. Of course, we want to tell them plenty thank you for that video. Now, me from them, you know, the talks that we Mami don't talk. Some of them they I get for comment on. First, if Namibi they talk then kind talk here, in the first place, I go talk inside Creole. Because majority of the people that, if not all we people that they talk, if I don't speak Creole, but when they speak English, how many people that they talk to? So plenty of people there, it talks something that way make sense, it talks something that way important to the COPPP. But how many people they get for here and English you don't talk? All right, that's the first thing. The second thing is this. You know, it don't talk about the mayor of Freetown. You see, I not like when people that they make use of a situation or blow things out of proportion and forgetting the fact say there is a process that must be followed. The mayor of Freetown happened to be a woman, right? But when she was running for this position, there was not a special rules and regulations, a special policy where they make just because you're a woman and you own policy this. It's different from women they run as mayor. You know? So a woman, just because you're a woman, you should not be given any preferential treatment. You should not be given any special treatment. You should be treated the same way other people are treated. Especially if you are in a position of authority. If there are certain procedures that you are supposed to follow, you are supposed to follow those procedures. You know, then get this thing where they say, when you extend your right too far, it becomes your wrong. You know, the mayor in business, mayor somebody where, you know, Yvonne Akisoya, I like him bad, I like him personality, you know, I like in vibrancy, you know, but there are things about her way probably instead need for sit down and check them out. Because you see, when you are overconfident, because you feel say you sabi all thing, you feel say you smart past all man. Nobody has monopoly of knowledge. Nobody in this world. You not go talk say you get sense past all man. No. You not get sense past all man. In the first place, the Freetown City Council is a municipality council where they work directly under the supervision of the Ministry of Local Government. Directly under the supervision, just like how we get other municipality and local councils all over the country. You go to Bo now, you go Kenema, you go McKinney, you go now all the other BB all the district councils, all the local councils, the city councils. they are all operating under the supervision of the Ministry of Local Government. And so all mayors are answerable to the Ministry of Local Government, regardless of which political party they are, or regardless of the fact that you were elected by an overwhelming majority, you are still under the supervision of the local government. So anything where you do, now then municipality, especially something we get for do with decisions that will affect the central government. Because if you now know, say Freetown is the capital of Sierra Leone, and it is in Freetown that we have even the president. It is in Freetown that we have all of the ministers. It is in Freetown that we have the parliament. It is in Freetown that we almost have all of the MDAs, the ministries, the departments, the agencies. So when you become a mayor of a city like that, you're not just a mayor, you they work strictly in compliance with the policies, the way they operate at national level. Okay? So here is a mayor where if you say certain decisions then they way and are very important decisions then the way it's supposed for consult with the local government or the central government for that matter, we're supposed to consult with them before it even take that decision then they but it decides say another consult with them people and they just to go ahead because the mayor is popular, it's a bit talk, any side way go, people that they come around them, it's a bit for bring people in. So therefore, again, this brilliant agenda, when I for transform Freetown, they can plant trees, they can do this, they can do that, and in a woman. So therefore now they do things that without consulting anybody. That is where she missed the point. Because if you don't get sober money from outside, from donors, and this money you want to forgo into disbursement, right? Then you don't go hire somebody else from outside of the country for let it be an expatriate where they come for help you for administer this money without consulting your own boss, whether the Ministry of Local Government, and especially when the Ministry of Local Government don't send a representative where they at the city, Freetown City Council, where they work with you, and you don't want for operate with that person, you want for completely avoid them, then you want for go ahead and do things then without involving the central government. Freetown is not independent of Sierra Leone. Freetown is part of Sierra Leone. So now make anything what they do, we get for be careful, we get for know what they do. Right? So the Mami go talk all the talks the way they talk, but Yvonne Akisoya is mayor of Freetown and she cannot get any preferential treatment just because she's a woman. No. He run for the position of mayor. He not run for the position as woman. He run for the position for mayor. And so people voted for her because they feel say fit for the position. But once you don't win this election now, you are working under the supervision of the local government. And plenty other things and they we no want for go into, right? So the mayor get for sit a checking safe. I mean, there is something again that I have to talk about. I get for bring another video for let una watch concerning this mayor, and then we'll talk about him also, right? So stick around.
The APC. Then your central office where they build, Namakeni. Where are the biggest infrastructure, most important infrastructure? They're not done and say now, they don't go. They're not going to go now. Then they're not to white elephant to get red for now. Wait, see, passing day. Now 10 years the constitution allow for many government days. Then if 1 year they make a 11, they not still finish their own hall where they build, the place where they build. They're not good for themselves, they're not good for this country. If you get for choose between that kind of government and this government, and you choose that government, then you na munku.
If you feel saying at the social media, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party. If you feel saying as Sonko, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party, it not go right. It not go right. You know, I can tell people and say, well, when they do these things here, when they holler, when they do this, when they prolong me stay, I really want to go. But when somebody go grab you and that, they say, no, if I go, and that person, in whole self, you not get vote today. I mean, what's in this thing?
So APC from 1961, we will get independence in Sierra Leone until 2017, or let us say 2018, when I then get for handover officially. APC as a political party don't rule Sierra Leone for 34 years.
Yeah, Ms. Famuden, I want to bring a video to una about the mayor, right? But I don't see that video there, so I can follow it from. But a statement will be altered, way then they also not go down well with people that way they are around and way they work with them, right? So the mommy mean well, you know, Madam Femi Claudius Cole, it mean well, but definitely the mayor need for reset in buttons. You know, if I do a reset, if for enough for extending right too far, it will becoming wrong. You know, again for no say, again somebody when I superior way under his supervision the work. Certain decisions then the way they take, you have to consult. You know, you have to wait for approval, you know, endorsements from your boss. You know, we just drop you, they do things 50-50 and say, oh, now they elect me, so I don't care about anybody. Me not APC. No, you are still a municipality. All right, so my family, the next item on the agenda we're going to talk about, let me see, because I really want for the mommy, I don't talk about them, so I think say I need for get her out of the way right now. Now mommy will let her, you know, but the only thing no more, like we miss the point, we tell him. But anyway, the next item on the agenda now, we're going to talk about education right now. You know, of course, we don't hear all this, you know, fake degree business. We don't go on, and generally, the education standard, the standard of education at Sierra Leone, we don't go down the drain. So I began the opportunity today earlier for Mecca go talk to one of the young, vibrant doctors them in education, when Dr. Stevens. And so we get some interviews. So I want to let you listen to that interview now, and then we will hold other discussions later. All right? So stick around. Hello, Dr. Jusu. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes.
Kushe, how you dey do?
I do okay. So now a delight to we forget you now, Sherix television today for now to talk about a very critical issue where they happen. Maybe you don't this. What let the viewers they know a little you not debate. So academically for for state and authority. We just want yourself to viewers then.
Okay. Hello everybody. Hello Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone, and hello Sierra Leoneans abroad and everywhere in the world. Me na Dr. Stephen Jusu. They live na New York City metro area also.
Okay. So we understand say we are very delighted that we already say you just don't get your doctorate degree. What is your doctorate degree in?
Well, I attend North Central University. I started this in 2016, August of 2016, and I just graduated this May. May of this 2022. I graduate with a doctor in education specializing in curriculum and instructions. During my course of work, I've been get the opportunity for doing research, a qualitative case study. We investigated the impact of intercultural competence within the classrooms. You know, Mr. Sheriff, if you look at New York City metro area, na place we diversify, full of immigrants then, right? So I focused my study on the New York City students then, immigrant students then, where they live within the New York City metro area. This area was chosen because its richness in diversity. New York embraces the melting pot philosophy. Everybody just come in there. We all did it. You get blacks, whites from every corner of the world and then New York City. So that's why I concentrated my research. So my research widely, I could say, the research widely, available, on ProQuest. I think ProQuest is, I don't know if ProQuest is received, is in every library, on every online library around the world. But if you want to know more about my research and the work that I did, you go check in any ProQuest library.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Dr. Jusu. It is really a delight to we for no say we have a young, vibrant doctor among we. Congratulations to you. So say we get this very critical issue where they happen in Sierra Leone, where one Dr. Idris Lahai, I think that's the name, where it don't begin to pinpoint certain officials in government, in the civil service for saying they not get the correct academic credentials and for them they at the positions they were in. And so they go after people then. So that don't give me a cause for let me talk about the standard of Sierra Leonean education as it is today. But before we go to that standard day, we go on for let me get a little bit of a historical perspective of Sierra Leonean education, how it been there before, and what to make where it don't decline now. So let me go into that history small, if you don't mind, Dr. Jusu.
Well, the integrity of Sierra Leone education, be very, I could say, be really high up there. All right. During the 19th century, Sierra Leone was a pioneer of Western style education, I could say, in the sub-Saharan Africa, right? Frabe College being affiliated with Durham University in the United Kingdom was founded in 1827, as far back, as the first tertiary education institution within the entire sub-Saharan Africa, right? So at that point, there was high integrity placed in our education system, and we were respected for that. So, you know, the causes then of the degradation of the quality of education don't now a lot of factors then we involved into our degradation of our education system, which maybe in a minute we can go into that.
Right. So I want for know there was a time where they call it the Athens of West Africa, meaning that we have been one of the most civilized in West Africa when it comes to education. You want for tell what are some of the reasons that we make where education we get that kind of quality and integrity we make them they refer to we as the Athens of West Africa?
You know, like I said earlier, in 1827 we be affiliated with Durham University, right? Then Furabe College was the first university in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. So people then they come on from other Ghana, then they come on Nigeria, then they come on, you know, in the sub-region to can attend education inside Sierra Leone. You know, so that made us the Athens of West Africa in terms of education. You know, so that was the reason.
And then also one for belief say probably the training when the teachers that they get, the kind pay whatever they receive, the general condition of service of the teachers, you feel say they contribute to that quality at that time as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was a contributing factor. In fact, we'll go into that more as we go down the interview.
Okay.
Because in my view, over the past years, much attention now been on the
I not to get you. I not to hear you right now. I can't hear you. I not to get you. You hear me? Yeah, so me not hear you. Yeah, I don't hear you at all. Maybe something the way you been doing the make I hear you, maybe you have to do it again. Now this mute button you have to see up now your screen. Maybe now you need to shut this thing down. I don't hear you at all. I am not hearing you. I can't hear you. Maybe log off ballet, come back in back. I'll see. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, you see now they get you.
Okay.
Alright, we'll just continue because we'll do the editor.
Okay, alright, cool.
Yeah. So let's go to the what you said. Let me check my phone.
What you say, right?
Yes, what you say.
So
you just go ahead.
Okay, like I said, in my view, over the past years, much attention has not been paid to or given to education sector. And so because of that, there has been inadequate government funding, which has led to shortage of educational supplies in schools. It also leads to untrained teachers. We find out also that the high student to teacher ratio is very high, you know, and a general low quality of school systems. They all over the country, you know. So also, Mr. Sherix, don't forget, easily forget that we are still catching up with 10 years of lost education from the Civil War, you know, and already within the country, the social advices surrounding our children is making it difficult for students to attend schools to begin with. So now, education being a social program, and as daunting as it is, already requires a lot of government spending without immediate return where the government will realize. So the final say, you know, education is a program where most government they avoid for invest in. Government after government will be they can. Then they refuse to address the issues with the education system, right? So for most people around the world, let's say in our country and abroad, who have passion in education, they found it very timely that the new direction government, President Bio, made education as a flagship program during his announcement in 2007 in Port Loco. So that will be a welcoming thing to a lot of people there. And, you know, as it is for now, some of us find it profitable or a very nice move with the government made in the, you know, view as a lot of people with they come around. You know, when you make something a flagship program, you have a lot of people where they come for attacker because they want to destroy what it is that you want to make up, right? So this is why you are getting a lot of pushback from different quarters, mainly cronies from other parties. We don't want for respect the program of education where they unfold in Sierra Leone. It's still unfolding, I can say. That's what I see.
Yeah. So, you know, just like how you don't talk, there are several factors that we're responsible for the current status of education, you know, in Sierra Leone. And one of them factors, because it's, I mean, I can always let for go back to history for make I understand what to make things they go wrong in Sierra Leone. And one of the factors that we make education actually begin for decline or continue for decline in Sierra Leone, I think a political reason, because there was this 24 years of APC then a power, and then now they're not able to prioritize education, just like how you don't talk. Usai will be there doing Shakastili in time, whatever they talk say, but they say Balobari, you say they do Siniku. So you think say a political system that the country contribute to the decline of education in this regard?
Yeah, I could say so. I could say so because even years back, the government where they pay attention to education was SLPP. You know, I am not being political here. I'm just saying the facts. All right. This is during Samiti Maga in time then. This is the time, you know, where we've been get teacher training colleges, where attention be paid to teacher training colleges. Understand, Mr. Sherix, that teaching is not a job where anybody can do.
Right.
Teaching is an art, and if you have to play that art, you have to get a know-how. So the institutions then where they do the where they bring with good teachers. You know, we found out they complete this TC program for primary schools, and others we are completing the HTC certification programs for secondary schools, right? So these schools we are sponsored, they were paid attention to. These institutions we are paid attention to by the then governments. Coming down the line, degradation begin to come where other government come in. We know that they're not able for pay attention to what education can do in the long run, present and in the long run. So we begin to see this decline in education without paying attention. It's begin to trickle down slowly. It die down slowly until where we can find ourselves today. The 10 years of the Civil War can compound the issue. Plus poor teachers. We not get adequate teachers in the country. Trained and qualified teachers are not in the country. That's what I could say. And that alone can cause a drastic decline in the education system, because you didn't mean for produce good lawyers, you didn't mean for produce good teachers, you didn't mean for produce other career graduates, but the education we people didn't get is not commensurate to their cognitive abilities for perform what's said in day. So maybe when we reach where you will ask the questions about what we can do, I can tell you what the government can do to alleviate some of these issues.
Well, yeah. So when education they decline, the standard of education they decline in a country. What are some of the impact? What are some of the causes? I mean, you don't give me the causes, but how it will affect the development of the country? How it will affect the integrity of the education itself and the quality of that education? How all of them and how it will affect them if education, the standard of education will decline in a country continuously, like how will happen at Sierra Leone? How would that affect the nation?
I don't know. This is the reason why we're having too many people going in for fake degrees. Because if somebody not able to sit down in class, if you don't see the reason why them for go sit down at class and study, we are going to find ourselves going in for fake degrees. So over what I could say in this regard is we should reevaluate, what we have as an education system. We really have to reevaluate what we have. We have to go back to the drawing board and see. We cannot only bring universities in and forget about teacher training colleges. That's a colossal failure.
Well, that is where Dr. Jusu, that is where most people made the mistake, because people if you say, just because you don't go to university, you don't go study chemistry, you don't study biology, so therefore you go able to teach in a classroom and without going through a teacher training. So I think that factor also contributed to this issue.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Mr. Sherix, I did HEC in Bold Teachers College. And when they teach you how to teach chemistry or biology, there is something they call a lesson note. Inside the lesson note, what would they prepare? There is an objective. That is the teaching objective of that day, where you make sure, say, the teacher, the beginning and get for grasp that information before you can move forward. And there are marks or evaluatory, systems inside the lesson note. We're going to understand, we're going to give you an idea, say, okay, then beginning don't understand this here before you move forward. But imagine, go to my alma mater, Western Secondary School. Kids are coming from 5. Sometimes they're not even past the WAEC or WASEC with the adequate credentials where they allow them for teach. But because of shortage in teachers, would they allow them for more than teach? What are they teaching? They are teaching what they know, and what they know is not what we want them to teach the children. So this is why the decline is going on and on and on. And the education system, the ministry, not able to grasp everything. They're not able to see what is going on down in that village or beyond Shegbima. Or let's go to Pujeon in the villages. The ministry not able to know what in exactly the picking of the land. All they know is, okay, there are 5 teachers in there. What qualifications do those teachers have? Do these people know exactly what the qualifications that they have and they are teaching these children? Some video was going around about some guy from Wesley Secondary School that was teaching. I think he was an English teacher. He's an English teacher. You know, by the way he was speaking, you can say, listen, what is going on? Is this guy teaching my children English?
Right.
Because the tenses were all mixed up. So if somebody like that doesn't have control over the language, whatever subject that they are teaching, if you don't have the control over the language, the primary English language, then whatever you are teaching, it's gonna go. The kids are not gonna get it.
And then there was this factor where also the teachers themselves, when they teach now in the classroom, including the trained and qualified teachers, the few ones that within the when they say begin for contribute negatively to the decline, you know, wherein instead of they actually go to school from morning to the afternoon, school for off, they actually teach the subject. Then they teach the subject. Instead, what they do, then they just go fake them, and then later they come on with the syndicate classes when at they begin to spend extra money, and then at the end they teach them best to best. So you pick when I get that money, they not go that class. So to me, I really feel that one they also contributed to the decline, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Because the teacher then dissatisfied. All right. So what the government can do is, because the teacher then dissatisfied, the takeaway here is let's understand teaching as a whole and understand that teacher then get for be satisfied, right? Because if they're not satisfied, they find ways and means for make up for whatever is lost, whether in salaries or in whatever it is that they are supposed to get as a salary. So that's why you have these syndicate classes. Instead of teaching in classes, they have the syndicate classes when they teach after school, and that's where the concentration is, you know. So additionally, what we are missing is also the equation of monitoring, performance evaluation, and professional development. If you have teachers in the school and there is nobody monitoring what they are doing, before they Wesley by that time or even by then where they both school, you did see the head teachers, then they count and monitor what is going on in the other classes.
In the classes, how the teacher they teach and all of
how
that.
the teacher they perform. But those things, I don't think those things are going on. Because typical classical example what I would say is staff meetings that will be happen in schools, they are never happening anymore. So how can we identify who a head teacher is in the school, and that teacher what time does that teacher have? Because it's not being paid for that. That's why and then they go monitor the other people there.
Well,
so
you know, say
if somebody teach well or they teach the wrong thing.
You know, say the issue they don't go to the point where even the parents themselves they contribute to this whole thing. Because if a parent go spend money, and take that money they go give teacher, or let the teacher do homework or schoolwork or examination for in Peking and pass in Peking without in Peking not learn nothing. I feel say that also is a problem. What do you think about that? What would be your message to the parents then, or how you go able for profile your views on that kind of thing? For say even parents we are making contribution to this decline.
Even in America that we are, if you don't pay attention to your school, to your children, and you just say, oh, they are going to school, nothing's gonna come out of it. You have to pay attention to your children. You have to pay attention when they go to school, what they are bringing back home. All right. So, in as much as we are in this together, parents therefore pay more attention to what's in the beginning. Because if you Peking come from school, then in coming you ask, what will I do today? Then the Peking begin to able to answer you very well. You're gonna say nothing's happening. All right. So that not give you the leverage for say because the Peking not give you better answer, they put on the after school program. Well, that's the reason why the teachers are doing that. So as a parent, what you have to do is make sure you meet your principal or your head teacher in the school and say, I don't think my children are doing well, or this is what is happening. So then the teacher has to go find out, or the head teacher or the principal can find out what is going on in that classroom, and not necessarily creating an after-school program where you think you get a financial gain, you know, and put your attention and everything in there. How about what you are being paid for? You know, so teachers are not paying attention because the parents are not paying attention either to what is happening in the schools. Parents have the liberty to pay attention to what the children are learning in school. That's how you monitor. Let's forget about the education minister or the education directors monitoring what is happening in the school. Parents themselves have this liberty to monitor what the children are learning. I understand the fact that there are parents that are literate. There are those that are illiterate. All right. But if you go take somebody for teach you picking at host, yeah, extra classes then. How about you take somebody for monitor what you picking the land from?
But you know say Doc, even apart from that, you know, now make way the time when we go school that they get in PTA meetings, the parent teacher association. You know, now they can call them different names in Sierra Leone. But their meeting and they be so vital that whether you go school, you not go school as a parent, you go to that meeting, then they bring and come to the level of the community, then talk to Una about the progress of Una picking them, the progress of the school, and some of the expectations what the teachers and the school they expect from parents. So that way, when you go back home, even if you mama not sabi, you know, your mama not go school, you did not go school, but the one question they ask you is, then give you work in a school today, you don't do the work. That question alone is very helpful. But we find out say parents are not the ask them kind of questions there anymore. You know, so they are, like you are saying, they are not monitoring. And you know, in your opening statement, there are some key things in the way you've been talking about where I would really want for let we you know, talk on right now. Like waiting are some of the strategies then we will be able to bring forward now, because this thing not only at Sierra Leone level they now, it don't go global. Other countries they don't know the level of education, the standard of education of Sierra Leoneans, because you remember we school picking away they take public exam, then jump the streets, then they riot, then they protest, then they throw stone as invigilators, as monitors, just because they don't allow them for spy. And people then take recordings of them kind of activities, then they then spread them on social media. So the whole world now knows that Sierra Leone education is like that. So what are your suggestion about what could be the possible strategies that we will adopt for able to reverse this particular trend here?
So remedial strategies where I would advise to the government, to Ministry of Education, is the effort must be made to empower teacher training institutions, not to feed them out at all. Right? If you ever attended the teacher training college and completed a TC and or a TC program in any subject discipline, that gives you the utmost authority over delivery of knowledge to students. Right? Then our takeaway here is to understand that teaching also is, then people know where they just go teach them more. Teaching is a profession, an art. You must know how to teach. So this is why this is very important. Additionally, there should be monitoring of performance of teachers. There should be professional development of teachers. All of these things will improve the delivery system in the school, or it will improve the learning conditions of children. Let me say one thing. This is what I've been thinking of all this while. We should reevaluate 6334. In my opinion, 6334 system of education will evaluate if it is efficient. Right? It is whether it work or it not work for us, because at some point, you know, the 6334 system it disregard primary education completely. Primary education early childhood or nursery education or whatever you call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they disregard them. And at those nick of the years, those years from age 3 to age, let's say 15 or so, then are the years then we're picking in the this includes preschool, as you call it in America, pre-K, kindergarten, junior secondary school, senior secondary school, right? Those much years to be given to students to learn during those periods, as opposed to giving 6 years in primary, 3 years junior secondary school, 3 years senior secondary school, 4 years in tertiary education or universities.
Yeah, I think so there should be a re-evaluation of that.
There should be.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, one of the, you see, now this making say to people them, mistake, not to crime. Everybody makes mistakes. Now, in the implementation of the free quality school education, one of the mistakes that we'll do as a country was that we focus so much on the pupils and the schools, and we forget about the teachers. Even though later on down the line we'll find out say the issue of teacher is very serious, we give them 30% increment of salary. But the issue of teachers in the schools, when are trained and qualified teachers, if we not address them, that human capacity development we want to do, I am doubting if we're able to succeed. I don't know what you think, Doc, because this is your own area. What do you think about that?
The human capital development, straightly they read into what they do as a government to strengthen the educational system in the country. Already we get people there where the integrity of the we system is very low. So like I better continue, like I better say, if we want to get that up to the notch, all right. Also, leakages then must stop in the schools. All right. Then results of the students must reflect their true cognitive abilities. How do we do that? That is by, like I said before, we get trained and qualified teachers. This can bring academic integrity back to our learning classrooms. And lastly, to improve learning of the students, the teacher ratio to pupil ratio, Mr. Sheriff, is a lot. You get one teacher who can go in classroom, and I've been privileged for look at one classroom. You have up to like if I'm not making a mistake, there was like up to 60 students in that classroom to one teacher. That alone is a problem. Learning can occur in that type of setting. So this is something we have to look at. The teacher to student ratio within the classroom. It matters a whole lot. It can improve learning to another level. So if we mean for improve the human capital development, the focus is on the students, right? We have to place focus on the student, and we get for know who they hire as teacher. We get for make sure say already we don't know the people that they come in with a lot of fake credentials. You know, so if someone is appointed, comes into the school with a fake credential or fake qualification, they teach Pekin. What do you expect? Would they expect say they teach Pekin in the land? But no, it's the reverse. Learning not the core. So if we can speak about integrity to improve the learning conditions and subsequently improve human capital development in the country, we get for make sure say we educational integrity up again. We get for make sure say when people then learn, their cognitive abilities are reflective of their results, and not just pass exams. When they are told to do something, we are putting all these square pegs in round holes, because in the first place, whoever is teaching them is not a qualified person. you know. So, but we don't understand people, they talk about fake degrees all over the place.
So yeah, so let's talk about this fake degree thing. Because I know say everything we don't talk about now it don't culminate into this awarding of fake academic credentials to people by scrupulous people around the globe. So this guy, what they call Dr. John Idris Lahai, what thing you think about him? He has become a whistleblower on this scam, this fraud where they go on education at the country. But what do you think, as somebody who don't study education to this extent, what do you think about the step where you don't take for try for correct this issue?
I don't know if his intent was to correct anything.
Okay.
All right. But so far, in my opinion, educational fraud or integrity, I don't condone anything that is fraud or fraudulent. All right. So, but people don't understand really the difference between the two. So, educational integrity as it relates to fraudulent credentials. Let's first make viewers to understand the two terms then. What integrity is. It is what we call academic integrity. If you go in universities, if you attend university in America, when we talk of academic integrity, we all bear in mind that as professors, as educators, as teachers, or as students, we hold that strong sense of responsibility to the community of learning as we share or develop new ideas. But not only to share these ideas, we just don't share these ideas. What we do is, based on these ideas that we share, we have to, these ideas have been developed by other people, all right? They are principles that have been developed by other people. So when you share those principles or theories, all right, to the knowledge, to give knowledge to students or to any other academic field, all right, we should understand that we should give accolade to the person that is first initiating whatever it is that we are teaching. Otherwise, we call it plagiarism. So this is what academic integrity is. And that is quite different from academic fraud, right? So malpractices, educational malpractices and academic fraud, in this case, fake degree holders within the country. So far, what the fake degree holders have done will be termed as academic fraud. And whether they investigate fraud, who investigate fraud, all right? I attended my primary education in MPS in Shegbema, okay? And proceeded to, we call it College of the East, when I Wesley. And then I went to both school.
Yeah.
During those years, I learned these institutions at an early age that academic malpractice is not tolerable in those places. So I not grew up with that. You either pass exams or you fail them gracefully, right? You know, you can testify to that. Our results, we are a true reflection of our potentials and cognitive abilities. So in short, I personally have zero tolerance for academic fraud or academic malpractice. What do you do to those type of people who cause fraud in the name of education or just to gain promotions or to gain job in institutions, in governmental institutions? Well, I've been privileged for listening to Dr. Uri. He said it best. The government has systems in place where they fight academic fraud, or in this case, fake degrees. The issue will get in Sierra Leone now. From the onset, you see the TEC Commission engage the police and the ACC because the matter is fraudulent by nature. So that's why I wanted to distinguish between academic integrity and fraudulent behavior by people who they post for have credentials that don't merit it, that are not merited. So in addition to that, the Public Service Commission in conjunction with the Human Resource Management Office and the Ministry of Education, can jointly come together and notify the departments and public for review the credentials that we then use for people there for hiring purposes. I bet you, if you review those, they can find who submitted a fraudulent degree or fraudulent credential, then the law will take in course.
Dr. Jusu, the thing is, who now do we rely on to do this investigation? I mean, in terms of for really go back and review people and credentials and for see if the jobs they wouldn't hold a commensurate to the credentials they wouldn't get. Would that will depend on, to do that for us? That is the question,
Mr. Sheriff, what do you call fraud? Who investigates fraud issues in the country?
Well, we get
law enforcement,
ACC.
right? Law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
So ACC has the utmost power in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, because this is education affairs. I named three institutions. The TEC has a stake in this. The ACC has a stake in this. Public Service Commission has a stake in this. Human Resource Management Office and the Ministry of Education, these 5 institutions must come together and appoint their lead investigator. It could be the ACC.
But the thing is, if there is an accusation that is levied on the number one person at the police, at the law enforcement, for these same fake degrees, and then the ACC boss, they talk say, they're not going to investigate the IG because not to that qualification where they don't accuse her of, not to use forget the job. So if these statements are coming, do you think it is an effort for me to really try to find out what is the truth behind these whole allegations?
They have to start engagement. ACC has to start engagement. If ACC thinks they cannot investigate whoever is in the police for this matter, the Public Service Commission, where they give, where directly linked for hiring of government officials, has a stake also.
Right, because the worry now is if the SLPP, way now the party this way well known for promoting the quality and integrity of education at Sierra Leone, if they're not able to address this issue, who else will address it? That is the question.
Mr. Sheriff, I think it's taking time.
Okay.
It's going to take time. These type of issues take a lot of investigation. You have to review records. You have to differentiate between facts and lies. For all we know, some people came up and said these people have credentials that are not that are fake credentials. So the institutions themselves has to come together or have to go back to their hiring to their hiring credentials and find out, go to their data and find out, like I just said, they have to go in their Ministry of Education has started it already. They are
I really give Dr. Alpha we are giving kudos for that, because they don't take a very positive step forward. So now they need for take off from Usai Indon start and then go forward as a government.
That is so much that Dr. Rui can do. He set the pace. So if you don't set the pace, it's left with every other institution to be enforced by the ACC. ACC has a lack in this. ACC has to make sure similar thing is replicated in other departments or government institutions, but weed out who has fake credentials and or who has used fake credentials to gain promotion or for gain employment. Right? So that has to be done. Otherwise, we are going nowhere. And I know
what is wrong
but it will happen.
What is wrong if governments go adopt the Magufuli of Tanzania in style? Because it not be there anyways time. Once it paid for the people that it declare just one day, it can all go court.
President Bio is a slow to action man, but when he acts, it is act for sure.
Right?
A very decisive. I know say everything that is happening is being viewed and it's being reviewed, you know, and when it takes action at some point in time, it's gonna be the action that is needed for people. All out of the blue, we just saw Dr. Uri came out and with a statement regarding reviewing of documents of all Ministry of Education employees. All right, that's the beginning. That's a stepping stone. So
because
going to happen in order.
Because the fear, Dr. Jusu, the fear here is that if this issue is not resolved now, it got the potential for undermine even the human capacity development approach where governments get, because you cannot develop the human capacity of the citizens if then they base the academic credentials on lie and on fake. You get to make sure say when people then talk say that this I don't achieve in the academia, that they actually merit it, and when you put them in positions that they know waiting and they do in that position and they. So that is why when me personally feel say this not to take with government for which time with government for whether there is Dr. John Idris Laya or not, government for taking your steps for addressing this issue, you know. So that's what I'm thinking.
That's true, but let's not be rushing to judgment also.
Okay.
I do not have the feeling that the human capital development is going to be hindered by any means by this fake degree saga. How many people in Sierra Leone really have fake degrees compared to those that have proper records?
Well, Dr. Jusu, you and I don't know. That is the thing. We don't know.
We don't. That's the question I'm coming to. We don't know. So we can't jump to conclusions on information that we don't know.
Right.
So when we get information regarding the amount of people that have fake degrees in our country and those that have credentials that really that are merited, then we can say we are justified to say, all right, this issue is much bigger than what we are thinking. This is going to hinder our human capital development effort through education.
Because
until then,
because you remember what we don't talk about just now. I mean, throughout this interview, the thing is, the standard of education at Sierra Leone don't begin to decline because of several factors. We don't name all the factors there. You know, in terms of the teachers, then we don't get trained and qualified teachers. Then we don't get then teachers, and they don't get equipment or materials there for teach with the contribution of the parents and all of them. And so the quality of education and the integrity of education, we don't begin to go down. And now, the one that really award them fake degrees here, they don't see this as an opportunity for them to go ahead and continue for even make the problem bigger. So now we are talking about two problems here. So this is this should be treated as an emergency. To me, that's what I think.
I understand. I agree with you. It should be treated with the urgency that it deserves. You know, there's a saying. Justice delayed is justice denied. Right. So if we sit back and people therefore they come out and say, okay, this is where we are with this process, so that people are going to understand. There is action being taken.
For the press conferences, for the updates, you know, every now and then.
There should be updates coming up. So far, as recent as 2 weeks back, we heard from Dr. Wiri.
Right.
So that is a good thing. So let's see what would happen maybe tomorrow because of our broadcast or something else. Something might happen tomorrow. You never know, right?
Yes. So Dr. Stephen, if you're in a position now because you are now on TV and the president might hear you, see you saying these things, what will be your recommendations to His Excellency the President when I know the overall boss for all man? And all man affected by all the MDAs that are affected by this thing we talk about. What would be your recommendations to him?
I think the president should empower the ministries, different ministries there, for check credentials then in the different departments there. because that will lay to rest exactly this issue. Right. I mean, he's not doing it to give in to July. You know, that's not the point. The point is to, like in the United States, if somebody is a whistleblower, there is something where then they show other than what you guys are seeing or what they are saying.
Right.
There's a much bigger thing behind whatever they are saying. So it will be, I think it will be wise for the president for authorize checking credentials in all the other ministries there. You know,
and the whole thing is,
and the whole thing is, authorize that, yeah.
Waiting John Idris Lahai they do, it's just an open secret. He is just the one we don't get the bold mind for Tombutter. But it's like the Sierra Leonean society will be not say something is wrong in the educational sector. I mean, we will not be no say that they give fake degrees, but we will be not say something is wrong. So if you don't come up with something like this, I think say we need for now move forward with it.
It is an eye opener.
Right.
It is an eye opener. And you being the pioneer of education will be the one to solve it. Because if you leave it, I don't think any other government coming in, I mean, we solve it because the interest is not there. The SLPP-led government has interest in education. So if you left and so, nothing is going to be done.
And so to me, particularly, I can feel say, to address the issue of human capacity development in Sierra Leone should start with even this one that we are doing now.
Absolutely.
You know? Let people, we don't want square pegs in round holes, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. But anyway, so Dr. Stephen, we don't spend almost 1 hour on this conversation. I think say your insights were good. Everything we don't talk about very powerful, and hopefully it will help we country with some form of decision making. But I want to take this opportunity for express my thanks and appreciation to you for your contributions, for your time, and of course for you accepting to be our education analyst on Sherix. And so we hope say you'll continue for profile your views on educational matters as they come up in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right. All right, so my family that may be Dr. Stephen Jusu. Of course, me and to begin that interview earlier today. Along the interview, we get small glitch, but hopefully, we will not mind that one day. So yeah, so basically, this issue of the educational standard of the country really is a very tough issue, and we government need for do something swiftly. And you know, like how we the talk between the two predominant political parties, that way, now them be on the rules rally from 1961, we will get independence. Unto this day, we at the talk so now. Now only then two political parties then they be on the power. So between the two of them, we know say there is one way they really promote education. Way after independence, the SLPP, you know, say then teacher training colleges they own and then build them, and they put priority on education. You know. Excuse me. They put priority on education. Whereas we been get the APC way that 24 years where APC did a power, we declare the country as one party. That 24 years, but could see them the way they really destroy. I mean, this is just fact. People then the way they talk the other, they take a personal, you know. They take a like say you single them party out. But this is the truth. I mean, like me when sit down there, so I'm not able to enjoy my country because throughout the time with me na Peking, say where they come big now, where they go collect. Now be so halala be in the country, either na civil war or will not get chopped for it, you know, or do every time we election day na goes in the country. We were not able to enjoy our country, you know. So something in the way it is, you know, it vex, you know. So for let people them. Let people that are able for even accept them fake degrees they are. Hey, Salo. When I place the tell who they school, would they put your foot inside water for let not sleep? Who they study no more? Would they champ cola? Would they drink coffee For let not sleep, with the study, with the formless study comes there, with the go on the net, with the sit on whole net, with the read. So I tell God, thank you, at least some of we be able to do that one day, so now I make we able to learn something. But this being said, the Pekin just very lazy. The Sierra Leone children, when they go to school, they're lazy. I mean, if we go get to young Pekin and then jump on the streets in Freetown, and then they pelt stones at invigilators, as examiners, then they riot just because they don't allow them for spy, then indeed we have a problem. And why would you say all in how they go on other countries they don't know? Would they do it openly? In this world of social media, in this world of technology, people they take pictures, they take videos, they put on social media, everybody they see them. So they know what is going on in Sierra Leone's education. Now, this one, the awarding of fake degrees to people there in the country. So if you say, if the SLPP government not able to solve this problem, who that else go solve it? I mean, like who else? Nobody else not going to solve and pass SLPP solver. So, Mr. President, if you are looking at me or you are watching this broadcast, this is a message to you, sir. If you cannot solve this problem of education fraud in Sierra Leone, then who is going to solve it? APC? I don't think so, because they've never been there for education. Look how much money where the former education minister under APC, Mikhail Oba, look how much money where it siphoned billions of leons. Right? Still, then your school says seven and go. When I'm na Maguoka Boys High School, they're not able to do nothing for that school. They're not able to bill them, they're not able for repair them, they're not able for do anything. Pass through election, but they can't then go rub whitewash for them. They're not able to do anything. That school, they want to be one of the best schools in Northern Province. Yeah, so these things do happen. But anyway, my family, we'll get one last thing we want to talk about now. Huh? And so stick around with us.
The APC. Then your central office where they build, Namakeni. Where are the biggest infrastructure, most important infrastructure? They're not done and trade now, they don't go. They're not going to do now. Then they're not to white elephant to get red for now. Wait, see, passing day. Now 10 years the constitution allow for many government days. Then if 1 year they make a 11, they not still finish their own hall where they build, the place where they build. They're not good for themselves. They're not good for this country. If you get for choose between that kind of government and this government, and you choose that government, then you na munku.
If you feel saying at the social media, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party. If you feel saying as Sonko, now I'm going to determine the leadership of this party. It not go right. It not go right. You know, I can tell people and say, why una they do these things here? Una they holla, una they do this, una they prolong mistake. I really want to go. But when somebody go grab you and he say, no, if I go, and that person in whole self, you not get vote today. I mean, what's in this thing?
Yes, and so the other thing will happen this week now that as a country, Sierra Leone don't open a bid for the exploration of oil in our country. We don't open a bid in London for let them do the offshore extraction of oil. Because Salo, we don't get oil. Even though we don't get oil at a time where the whole world they try for left the use of fossil fuel, you know, the one for will go to the use of batteries. Excuse me. The one for will go to the use of batteries. Like them to cut now, not for the use petrol inside the. But anyway, for will reach that side, they will say the whole world go use battery motorcar. It is far force. So at least let us get small benefits from this oil here force. But that they happen, then this year, you know. So basically, now that one they happen in London. As you see, this now the Sierra Leonean delegation will go to London for open that bid day. And they had a meeting in there, the Africa Energy Summit. And so hopefully something good will come out of that, you know, because they get for issue license, they get for give permits, for me to start for, you know, do this. So I feel say now a very good thing, at least, you know, for Sierra Leone, if we should go able for really, because I understand say in Africa we get either the second largest deposit of oil now Africa. So indeed, at least this wire so let be saying a good thing they happen in our country. Let we able for benefit from this wire. Let this wire be something we go bring development to our country. You know? Yeah, so because this is very, very important, at least, you know, for let we able forget something like that one day. To me, it is just very important. So yeah, so we managed England, and that is what they did this week. So next we get for go to another thing will happen now the far east of Sierra Leone this week, and that now Kwendu and Boyadu. The government of His Excellency retired Brigadier General Julius Maada Bio, they don't fully able for provide an electric grid through solar power to the people of Kwendu and Boyadu. You know, they don't get that solar lights, so at least they save something good will come out of this. So yeah, definitely. So this is the panel, the solar panel, and this is the opening ceremony. We're gonna go for go open up. So this is a good thing when it happen. At least, you know, President Bio is indeed a talk and do president. You know, he's doing very well in that regard. So we go on for say kudos to him because of the kind thing away definitely way they don't do in the country so far. Even though people and they will complain still, especially when it comes to food and the rise of prices in commodities. People are not really understand what they go on. But you know, some of us know what the reasons are for then say what they make way you know, prices then they go up. So in fact, that takes me to something very interesting. Where I go on for bring come to now, where a BBC analysis of why well, let's see what it is before we even go to it. This BBC analysis of why prices of commodities don't go up, especially the price of food and the price of fuel. Waiting don't shoot them up, and waiting go be the repercussion, waiting go be the results of Dentia in England. So would they use England as an example? for affect the whole world. I mean, where people that they grab the talk say, oh, thing then there na salon thing then not to this government do that one day. Nothing where they happen all over the world right now. We want for let people that know that one day because people then quick, they don't politicize an issue. Even an issue where they know say not to governments get problem with that issue, they politicize them. Right? So let's see this BBC analysis of what's in the happen. Okay, then stick around.
The cost of living in the UK is rising and it's changing people's lives.
We either have to eat and be cold or be warm and starve. That's the way it is.
All evidence suggests this is just the start.
The squeeze on household incomes is going to be the big story of 2022, particularly the first half of it. And it is going to be on a scale of the kind that we do see in some recessions.
And this is what's happening already. High inflation. Consumer prices rose 5.4% in the 12 months to December last year. That's the highest rate in nearly 30 years. Energy and food prices are the main drivers of this, but there are other factors too, like tax rises and changes to benefits. All of this is affecting the cost of living. And Prime Minister Boris Johnson acknowledges the situation.
I understand how difficult it is for people. I understand the pressures that people are facing on their on household finances.
To explain that pressure, the UK government is also saying this.
This is a global phenomenon because the causes of inflation, whether it's supply chains or energy prices, are of course global in nature.
Inflation is a global issue right now. We can see that in many Western economies. In the US, consumer price inflation is 7%. In Germany, it's 5.3%. And what is global in nature is personal in its consequences, especially in winter.
The heating is switched off and just put on occasionally when it's particularly cold.
Is that because of the rising prices?
Because of the rising prices.
And those energy prices are rising primarily because the wholesale cost of gas has gone up. That has happened because global gas supplies are down. And there are several reasons for that. First, Europe was unusually cold last winter. That meant a lot of stored gas was used up. Second, replenishing those stores was made harder by low wind speeds. That meant less wind power, and so more gas had to be burned to make electricity. The third reason is there was more demand for gas from Asia, and particularly from China. Prices up for gas, prices are up for petrol and diesel too. Official figures show an increase of over 20% in 12 months. The main reason here, well, that's the increase in the price of crude oil. And that increase is being driven by demand from countries as they open up after COVID restrictions. So that's petrol and gas. The next thing we need to look at is food prices, because they're rising too. And the cooking campaigner Jack Monroe argues the official inflation figure underestimates the impact on the poorest people.
I did a £10 food shop in 2012 for the Sunday people. And I redid exactly the same food shop last weekend and it came to 17.
The cost of living in the UK is rising and it's changing people's lives.
We either.
All right, and so so that is that. So next, the last thing now here is that this week here also the minister of how can we call it, the minister of planning and economic development, when Dr. Francis Mustafa Kakai it don't begin to make moves for meet other countries then for ensure say say Sierra Leone get let me see if there is something I can do there to bring it alive. All right, say Sierra Leone now part of Sierra Leone. We don't present this bid on behalf of Africa for let Africa get a seat, a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. So United Nations Security Council, they about for accept that bid or that request by Africa, which was done by President Bio. I mean, remember, I think it was in 2018 or 2019, the first UN General Assembly meeting where President Bio attended, they began for go make that request. And so UN is about to consider that. So the president and development minister, whether Dr. Kakai, the man who is in blue. So don't begin to go out there, go meet the UN parliamentarians. Now, Timo, so for me then able for win and support, for me then go able for work with them, for able for achieve that goal. So that is currently what is going on. And of course, so Sierra Leone, they make big moves, at least under President Bio, Sierra Leone is making big moves. And indeed, now I make it fine for not for rush to conclusion when certain things and they happen. Big moves, big things are happening. So definitely, we want to say thank you to Ministry of Planning and Economic Development for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how we are going to come to the end of our broadcast today. Of course, we want to say plenty thank you to Una for the time. And of course, you can always subscribe to we, so that anytime we will start for broadcast, you go able for be notified. YouTube will notify you straight away for say, hey, Sherix don't come on. So you go able for join with. So now for click that subscribe button where they are at the bottom of this video right now so that you go able for continue for day with we. And so once more, Mina Ibrahim Sharif. The next broadcast will go bring to now the app we don't create na Sherix where it will make you watch what you with the show right now. Some people and they watch what you with the broadcast right now on that app. It will make you listen to the radio broadcast, so we can do the radio station. You will be able to listen to that broadcast. The app also get for create an opportunity where you go able for use the app for able for showcase your talent, your innovation, so that people can go able for use and you make money out of it. Right? The app also they present to you authentic Sierra Leonean news from Sierra Leone every day. They update for himself. So any day when you go inside the app, a new thing they see and read about Sierra Leone and Africa. So this app way very important, and so we can explain to now how some of them here they work. So that will be by the next broadcast. Next coming Sunday, we'll not go there. I'm gonna travel. But the following Sunday, I will definitely be here. So once more, I want to say plenty thank you to Una all for Una watch. Yeah, please do if you get any comments, put them at the comment section. Because then comments say we can read them. It can able for help we for able improve on the services that we will provide. All right. So once more, I want to say plenty thank you, and of course, Mina Ibrahim Sharif. Thank you very much.